This is WLOX News Now at 6. Your news starts right now.
Crews now cleaning up the aftermath as strong winds and rain leave parts of Harrison County in pieces.
Those storms toppling trees onto houses and knocking down power lines across the county.
Our Tristan Rupert begins our team coverage of the damage tonight. Tristan, tell us, what are you seeing out there as far as damage goes tonight?
Allison, it seems like a substantial amount of damage occurred in Harrison County, at least the northern area. I'm near Big John Road right now, and look behind me. This is a humongous oak tree that just got splintered practically in half. Allow me to get behind the camera and kind of show y'all what I'm seeing here firsthand. It's pretty impressive, the size of this thing, and it just got ripped to pieces. This is actually where the fire started. Of course, crews swiftly responded. This is the spot they say the fire actually began. It all transpired due to this being close to a power line, actually. You can still see some of the lines actually down over that fence. A transformer ended up blowing, but several yards here sustaining some debris or another. Overall, though, it seems like most properties were able to skirt the bigger damage like this. This did not fall on the house, just a wire fence. Still, it's absolutely crazy to see the damage that a storm like this can put off. Again, several streets in northern Harrison County are seeing damage quite similar to this, but this is perhaps the most visual I've seen so far. Again, an oak tree stretching 60 to 70 feet in the sky, really wide sprawling. It's really quite visual. But of course, Chancellor Wynn also saw some damage where he's at. Chancellor, what can you tell us about what you're seeing?
So in a matter of 30 seconds, residents here at Colony Park condominiums got quite the surprise when they saw this large tree being uprooted from the ground, and it fell over, landing on 3 separate condominiums, hitting them on their upper balconies, causing damage to the roof and also blocking in the residents so they could not leave that back porch of theirs. Now residents did come together, neighbors came together and helped cut away the limbs and the leaves so that way people could get out. Now one of the residents, Kimberly Davis Deeb, she said that she was standing on her porch right across the alley from it, right across the park from it, and she saw a great angle, but she said she's actually pretty surprised to see just how shallow the roots of this tree are.
A lot of the residents wanted that tree trimmed because we thought it was going to be like a ticking time bomb because the roots are so shallow. If you look at it, when I walked up to it, I thought it was going to be a big deep hole, and it's actually not. It's just wide, and I think some of the roots are dry because they're so close to the surface maybe, and it's been so hot lately. So I think it was like a matter of time, and this hit it just right. So
now the tree where it did fall and where it was uprooted from the ground here, you can actually see I'm standing next to it, and I'm close to 6 feet tall, and this is standing right about the same height as what I am, and it does extend into the ground a little bit deeper here. But right now, just a few moments ago, they had a tree company out here observing and taking pictures, trying to figure out just how they can remove this large tree from not just the property, but off of the balconies and the back porches of the 3 condominium complexes, the 3 units that it did fall on. Now heading over to Carrie Duncan, our chief meteorologist, with more information.
Well, you know, really giving a whole new meaning of working from home when earlier this afternoon, I look outside and I'm like, wow, the rain's really picking up. And then the trees were bent almost at a 90-degree angle, and it was quick. That's what a lot of people have been saying. And believe you me, it has been. Look at that tree back there over my shoulder. This is one of our neighbors, and that tree is split. Just imagine how old that is. That's a big tree that's been through tropical storms, hurricanes, and all kind of thunderstorms, and in a matter of seconds it really did just split and shatter. Now we also have in the back of our property, I know we had about 8 trees down, and there was a power pole just on the other side of this tree that you can see. That's a pecan, and a power pole was snapped on the other side. Coast Electric came out, they replaced that pole, and then they straightened up another pole that was pulled. But this greenery that is in the foreground is actually a huge limb that was carried from that tree far behind it. So again, this was a powerful storm that really whipped up quickly. There are some notes, it looks like, of tree branches that are twisted. So this could have been tornadic activity. It could have been perhaps even just a vortex that was lowering and didn't technically make it to the ground. So hopefully we'll get the National Weather Service out here and they will survey the area and see. But there's a path of destruction, and all of the neighbors have been talking about how quickly and how everything went south and then just straightened right back up as things got a little bit better. Now, we did have those damage reports today. We are going to talk a little bit more about our potential for strong to maybe a few pop-up thunderstorms tomorrow, but we will have more on that coming up in weather.
All right, Carrie, thank you. Now switching gears to the latest on COVID-19 from the Mississippi State Department of Health. 526 new cases reported today statewide. The 22 additional deaths pushes the state's total deaths to more than 1,000. 34 of those new cases are originating right here in South Mississippi, almost half of that out of the Harrison County alone. Drive-through testing was held in Wiggins today, though only a few took advantage of the free service. The University of Mississippi Medical Center offers the service in conjunction with the state health department and the Army National Guard. They are largely targeting more rural areas that have limited access to medical care. Stone County has only had 44 positive COVID cases, the lowest in the 6 southern counties.
We have a smaller population than down on the coast and Picayune and some of the larger cities like that. And so it's a little bit easier, I think, for us to socially distance, and that helps out some.
A UMMC testing site will be at the Hancock County Annex building on Highway 90 in Bay St. Louis Friday, June the 26th from noon to 4 p.m.
In just the last few minutes, Secretary of State Michael Watson became the latest statewide elected official to weigh in on the state flag. Watson says the people should have the power to decide on the future of the flag. This statement comes after Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann earlier in the day called on the legislature to take action on the flag. Hosemann says the flag should be changed to a design that looks like this one, with the state seal and the words "In God We Trust" on it. Also today, the Mississippi Economic Council released a poll showing 72% of Mississippians polled supported a change to a flag with the state seal.
The symbol that is on the flag is truly considered globally as a symbol of hatred and prejudice. And for that reason, that is why we believe it is time to make a change so that we could start thinking about the opportunities that are ahead of us.
State representatives from the coast, Jeremy Anderson and Sonia Williams-Barnes, jointly introduced a resolution in the House to suspend the rules which would allow consideration of a bill to change the state flag. Right now, the legislature is scheduled to end the session on Friday. You can make your voice heard should the Mississippi legislature change the flag. You can head to our website, WLOX.com, and scroll down and click yes, no, or let the voters decide. You can vote until tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Big changes in store for Singing River Health System. A new agreement signed this morning that officials say will bring high-quality, cost-effective care along the coast. Plus, we're continuing to honor those on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. We'll introduce you to tonight's healthcare hero.